Hi, this is Michael William Denny of ThunderShamanism.com, and today I want to talk to you about shamanic healing of disease, specifically when it comes to mantra and how we can align mantra with what many people would call positive thinking for disease. But first, let's understand the karmic nature of disease. Um, of course, science is going to be able to tell you there's a specific disease. You got cancer, you got emphysema, you got spastic colon, whatever it is. And that's because this gene and that blah, 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 virus, this, that, they've got their thing that they do. And I'm all for, any medical science that helps the immune system work better, I'm all for it. By the way, anybody that works with me, it's not going to affect any of your medical protocols. You can still go to whatever doctor you want. I'm not interested in getting in the middle of that. I'm interested in curing the shamanic root of the disease. And the shamanic root of the disease will always have a connection to an imbalance in the lower self. Now, this could be a karmic imbalance that you've brought from a previous lifetime, which is now manifested in your life, or it could be something that's happened in this lifetime. And what happens lots of times is people get out of alignment with their soul desire. Usually what's happening is that they're in conflict with themselves over what they think other people want. And so they sabotage their own greatest happiness. Now, most of this is happening, again, on an unconscious level, which is the lower self. If you're following any of my teachings, you have to pick that apart in the lower self to help the person clean that out and then be able to project what they want. When you can do that, then you can be free of that imbalance, you can be free of that illness, and you can live without any, you can live healthy. I'm 53 years old, and, I just recently got my blood work back, and according to my blood work, I'm a 25-year-old. And that's because I've learned some ways to figure out what it is I'm supposed to be doing and what makes me happy in life, and I go out and I do it. I clean my lower self, which is all of my illusions, my my attachments, which I still have. You're not going to be free of all that, but at least if it's cleaned up to a workable degree, then you can focus your life and you can create what you want, the life that you truly want. So there's one aspect in a chart, in a Vedic chart, which is called the 30th division. And that means that you've taken the 6th house, which is the house of enemies or disease, and you've opened it up. And you've looked at it, and you make an entire chart out of that one house. In that chart, if I have the correct time that you were born, I can find out what planet wants to heal you. I can find out how to go about using the energies of that planet to heal you. I can also find out what are the karmic issues there. That stuff is going to be there as well. And from that, we can, again, I know the science of looking at, what your spiritual name is, what, your ascendant is, what planets want to work with you, and I can figure out not only the right deity and planet, but the right number of syllables and all that kind of stuff, and the right sounds, so that you can get that healing power working for you instantaneously. And now, bear in mind, if you've got a karmic issue, that means that you're going to have to deal with that karmic stuff. The days of fairy dust are over. Somebody coming over and saying, I sprinkle fairy dust on you, you're healed. Those days are over. But we have these remedies that will begin to, when you chant the mantra correctly and you know what ritual you need to do based on your chart, then things are going to start aligning in your lower self, and all of these issues are going to come to the surface. You might go through some emotional difficulty and some challenges, but you will then be taking responsibility for your karmic issues that got you wherever you are, and you can live your life to its highest dream. So these are just some of the things that are important to know if you really want to be an effective shaman and a healer, in my opinion. This is some of the things that are necessary. Now, in order to get the most out of mantra, in order to get the most out of shamanism, you need power. And that power comes through life force energy. And that is something I teach in Celestial Qigong. And there's a link below that you can click to get Celestial Qigong. When you combine the right mantra with Celestial Qigong, they fuse together and the power grows exponentially. I mean, it's amazing the power you can get with these two things working together. So I recommend that you get both of those. Now, I'm also taking apprentices, and I will work with anybody that wants to work with me. You can call me on the phone. We can talk for a few minutes and find out if we want to work together. And then what we do is we commit to working together once a week, 1 hour once a week. And then from the people that I work with, I'm going to get an idea. Together we're going to decide who really wants to stick with me, who really wants to learn this on an in-depth level. And I'm going to narrow that down to 5 people who are really committed and really interested in working with me. Of those 5, I'm going to look for two people that have the ability to learn all of my knowledge, 100% of my knowledge, so that when I leave this this existence, I will have at least given to one person everything that I know, and then they can take that and turn it into even something greater. So with that, until next time, thank you, my friend.